These are the MPs who are entrusted to serve the nation, not the other ones.
Honorable Speaker, he clearly says evidence of promises made and promises kept. And that's where the crunch of the matter starts. When the president was looking for votes, when the president came to address this house the first time, he sold to us the manifesto, the plan of Kenya Kwanza UDA. And it's a document that's easily accessible, and it's a document that has been translated in quite a number, transmitted into a number of government policies that we are pursuing now, popularly called as better. Honorable Speaker, one of the promises the president made to this country was to address retrogressive taxation and regulatory compliance. Whether that has been achieved, the jury is outside there. But for the record of Kenyans, this is now the taxation, the number of taxes that Kenyans are subjected to pay every single day or every single year. Payee now ranges between 10 to 35% depending on the salary band. Now there is shift 2.7%, there's affordable housing levy 1.5%, corporate taxes are 30%, VAT is 16%, capital gains tax at 15%, rental income tax at 7.5%, NSSF is at 6%. Honorable Speaker, I do not know whether we have achieved addressing retrogressive taxation. Secondly, on the issue of regulatory compliance, the country, the newspapers, is inundated with members of this country who have hanged themselves, who have committed suicide because of the retrogressive compliance regime perpetuated by this regime. Honorable Speaker, the second promise was to improve reliability and bring down the cost of electricity. Honorable Speaker, records available indicate that electricity cost in Kenya is USD 0.221 compared to African average. Africa, I'm not talking about any other countries, 0.134. That means Kenya's electricity rates is much, much higher, even the average African country, the poorest continent that we have here. Honorable Speaker, we were promised capacity to improve their secondary schools, to guarantee access to quality education and reduce the cost of education. As we stand here today, Honorable Speaker, capitation has reduced from 22 to 16,000, yet now making education more expensive than it was. Honorable Speaker, then in paragraph 25, time may not allow, the President states the inflation stood at 9.6 2022, is now at 4.6 in this month, bringing much needed relief to households. The households are not relieved, Honorable Speaker. The cost of living is much higher. When you look at the CPE, that's Consumer Price Index, for this particular year, is much, much higher at 146.84 points compared to 111.886 points in the year 2022. Honorable Speaker, we might try to massage or cover or oil the dead horse, but the horse is dead. Thank you.
Now, you've watched and listened to that member of parliament deconstructing William Ruto's agendas in the parliament, which he used to saying left, right, and center. I'm very shocked that MPs went back again in the parliament to review the state of the nation and to review where we are up to date since William Ruto took over an oath in the office or was sworn in at Kasarani. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a candid discussion on this. But before I carry on, if you are a first-time viewer watching me in this channel, please do me a favor. Take a 1 second, click that notification bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like my video, share my video to your friends, family and relatives. I'm going to be very much brief because that video is straight. It is very straight on whatever we normally say here. When it's come to housing levy, when it's come to SHA, when it's come to several taxation, William Ruto implementing, making Kenyans to suffer. People are not saving money. We are going to ensure that this country is returned to where it is. And that is what members of parliament are now questioning the Speaker of the National Assembly. They are making promises but not following their promises. They are doing it opposite. Instead, making Kenyans to suffer more and more. So this is just the beginning of this battle. I'm seeing a parliament where MPs are divided. I am seeing a parliament where MPs are going to be divided. So let me use that term. There are some MPs who are not going to support William Ruto's administration. In fact, almost majority of them. The MPs are now waking up from that slumbers, and because they know very well that Kenyans youth are not going to spare them. And I told you very well that youth had won the members of parliament. Mpaka wakawataja na jina MPs. If you recall, when they passed the finance bill 2024, there was a disagreement between MPs and wananchi. Mpaka wakaavo kusema they will visit each and every constituency. Mwenye alipigi alivote yes kwa finance bill lazima aende nyumbani. Na ni ukweli tunaona mambo inabadilika na watu wanarevuka. So the MPs should be keen and serious with whatever is happening. But I like that MP is now telling us and speaking mind of millions of Kenyans. What we normally say here and what President Ruto should understand. I like that movement. Making Moses Masika Wetangula to all his thank because he can't believe that this is member of parliament deconstructing him, exposing him, and telling him how they have failed as those who are calling themselves leaders. Wetangula, I told you very well that don't be misused. You are the Speaker of the National Assembly, but you campaign too much and you don't have a time even to concentrate in the parliament, to implement and assist the members of parliament to show us where we are heading wrong to as a nation. So the MPs you are seeing today, they are the same MPs who will come and say, no, we made this, but you never do it. We say this, but you never listen. Now, it is our time to impeach you. This is just the beginning, as William Ruto should prepare for two things. Number one, MPs impeachment. Number two, MPs threatening him based on the development, which is saying and which he keep on telling us here. Mao Summit, SGR, Parliament, so I long to live 90 years, oh I want to see Kenya like Singapore. You cannot see Kenya like Singapore if you are corrupt. You cannot see Kenya like Singapore if these people who are surrounding you are stealing public funds. It is a skunk administration and it should be all goes home 2027. That is the only thing. Let's not pretend here. How many taxes have you collected? And if William Ruto, you are a true president and you are a true patriotic Kenyans, please come out and tell us balance we are remaining with as a nation based on the debts we had borrowed since even Uhuru Kenyatta's regime. Because you and Uhuru Kenyatta, you borrowed more as compared even to the late Moi Kibaki and Kibaki himself. Daniel teacher Arap Moi, sir. Yes, that is the truth. So I like that movement coming from MPs as he's mobilizing his colleagues to wake up from their slumbers and come out with a conclusion to challenge President William Ruto. That is what happened, ladies and gentlemen, in the parliament. Drop your opinion at the comment section below, and thank you so much for your continued support. Bye bye.